Connecting to server.
There we go.
Previously on Elephant in the Room sessions, we've noticed that Wally, the deluded cockatoo, who thinks he's a doctor, has been a bad influence on Ernie the elephant. Ernie's been saying and doing things that are so out of character for him that the rest of the creatures decided they should discuss the topic of ethics to see if they could help Ernie make better choices. As Dr. McFoxy's been encouraging the creatures to deal with their problems ethically, we discovered that Donnie, the donkey, has been dealing with a situation of his own. It appears that a younger, more energetic donkey has shown up to possibly take Donnie's place out on the farm. Simone the cat's working on her own understanding of what right and wrong is, as cats will do. Even though Reginald, the wise giraffe, has tried his best to clarify things for all of the other creatures. In addition to having Wally in his enclosure, Ernie has been dealing with a female elephant who he doesn't like. Now that the zoologists have helped the family conceive a baby elephant, things have gone from bad to worse. Last week we left with Sparky trying to figure out how to deal with both her grandma and her little brother. Since dragons are matricular by nature, Grandma wants to take young Sparky and train her how to be a fearsome dragon. But Sparky doesn't want to go. Let's see what will happen this week as the creatures move on from the topic of ethics and discuss what it means to have values. Elephant in the Room.
The year was 2020 while in quarantine. Everyone's too crazy like you've never seen. No one thought about the animals in the zoo or the ones at home. Stuck with me and you until a doctor thought they need group therapy. Let's start a conversation, see where it will lead. Well, giraffe's afraid of heights, the dragon wants her rights, kitty wants to be alone, the elephant wants to roam, donkey was traumatized, and the rhino needs to socialize. We get them all together for group therapy. The bird and monkey say that we are all crazy. The session starting soon. The zonkey showed them how to zoom. It's the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room.
That's me.
Oh, yes. Well, hello. Where's Bruce? Sparky, why are you in Bruce's spot?
Well, because I caused him problems before. My mom said that I had to go and help him when he wasn't able to be here today. So I have to spend the whole day doing his groups.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
okay.
ethical.
That's terrible.
It's very helpful.
It's really boring.
I don't know
I'm
when
sure
you're going
this
to
won't
nap.
be at all. Well, welcome here, everyone. I'm so glad to see all of our creatures here today to participate. And then we miss Bruce, but Sparky, thank you so much for filling in like that. Last week we talked about ethics, and we all have very different views about what ethics mean, and so perhaps...
it may. Excuse me, Dr. McFoxy, but
Yes.
I must step in here because there may be some different interpretations. But to my understanding, ethics and values are absolutes. There's not a moray for this group that it doesn't work for that group. It's, the ethical boundaries really are well defined to be followed by one and all, as it were. Because as we all know, as we are all well aware, ethics that comprises the mores and the belief systems for a group or a particular class of individuals.
That's what Wally says. Wally says it's absolute.
Well, to a degree,
Reggie,
yes, I must say. But far be it from me to agree with what Wally says, you know,
Oh, he's so
because
drunk.
so much of what he says has just a grain of truth and 17 pounds of fabrication surrounding it, you know. but anyway, as I was saying, the ethics. Those are indeed absolutes. We can't say, well, this is ethical for me, but it's not ethical for you. Or in the case of Wally, what he considers to be ethical is by far and away just the opposite. You know, and in similar situation, values the amount of importance that we place on something. You see, and so again, taking Wally as the example, if I may, his values are such that I think we would all do much better to simply ignore them, you know.
Wally is angry. He's angry
No,
now.
but Reggie, I
Yes.
value things that you guys don't value. Like a lot of you guys want to hang out all the time, and I like to be alone, and I like to have to eat meats, and you don't.
Yes,
So
I do.
value
I
some
do.
things that you. Oh yeah, Sparky agrees with me, but you guys don't value this. What do you think, Sparkies?
Vegetables are they're okay, but
If
I don't think I could go without having any meat. It's
Well,
the
and
same
there
for
you have it.
it's
You
the
see,
same for dragons, you know.
yeah.
yes, and again, it's the ethics that I was referring to in the absolute. You know, the values; those are the individual things that we each consider to be important. You see, and
Oh,
so
okay.
so that would be the case. Yes, you are correct.
Okay.
What about you, Monty? What do you think about all of this?
So I'm not really sure if I catch the drift. For me, it's like if somebody gives me a lot of food at the place I live at, I'm really nice to them. And so there was a Girl Scout the other day, and she had some cookies, and she gave me bananas, and I just wanted some of her Thin Mints. So I started throwing bananas at her, and I got her cookies.
That's
Well, you
values.
need cookies. I guess that's one way.
Do you value bananas more than cookies?
Yeah.
No,
Well, then I don't know. That's not values for you. Then you threw away your values for something you didn't value.
but the bananas were still there on the ground. He could go get them afterwards.
Oh, so she didn't.
Yeah, I
take
didn't lose them. I just bopped her on the head with them.
Well, she could have taken them because that's ethics, that what you find is what is yours. And I've learned a lot about ethics and values from
Oh, that's
Dr. Wally
wrong.
Codswallop since he's been here. It's very helpful to have a cockatoo in your elephant enclosure. And
No,
I'm
it's
very
wrong.
grateful to him because he's
No.
taught me all kinds
No,
of.
no.
I used to think ethics was just, and values were like, I used to put other people first, and Wally told me that's wrong. That
Oh,
Okay,
really
okay, that's it, that's it,
cause
that's
of
it.
ethics are
I can't take it anymore. I
every
can't take this
creature
anymore.
for
I'm
themselves.
sorry. I'm sorry. I can't take this
Donnie,
anymore.
what?
Pull yourselves up
What
by
the-
your own trunk.
Ernie,
Well-
you need to listen to
Let's
Donnie.
let Donnie
He has
speak.
something to say.
No, Ernie, how long have we known each other? How long? A long time, right?
I
A long
don't
time.
know.
You and me, right?
How
We
long's
kind
the
of started this whole
pandemic?
thing, right? It was you and me, right?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
let
you
me
and
tell
me
you.
forever, buddy.
Let me tell you. I got to tell you this. This Wally bird is just walking all over you. Really, he is. He's using you as a doormat. He is trying to get what he wants by using you, and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. You need to be interested in you. I mean, that's the important thing. You know, that's kind of what it's all about. We all got to look out for ourselves. And if we
Listen.
let somebody else, just kind of walk all over us like that, then it's not.
It's not good.
Yeah, you should
need
listen to Donnie.
Donnie
Yeah,
froze.
and you know what, Ernie?
know why
We
he
liked
froze?
you
Because-
better.
What?
We liked you better before Wally came along, and he's
Oh.
talking in your brain about stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wally is I like Wally because he listens to me, so I can control him. But he's mean to you. You shouldn't listen to him. He makes
Oh,
you
yeah.
say things that are wrong, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
going to get hurt.
well, I don't. Does everybody think that way?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Bob
so. Yeah.
Audience, you don't
Yes,
believe that
yes.
Wally has good ethics?
Oh, I know that he does not. He doesn't know what good ethics are.
But he's taught me everything.
I don't
He only
think that
wants for
Wally could even
himself.
spell ethics, let alone good. You know, he's not. No.
Well, it's
gotta
wonderful
stand
that
up.
we're all. It's wonderful that we're all sharing like this. Oh, Ernie, you look quite down, and that makes me a little bit sad. Perhaps we could continue to help Ernie, and perhaps maybe. Do you think it would be helpful if I talked with Dr. Wally
Oh, he won't listen to
could,
you.
He's right over here.
like,
No, don't bring him here.
should he
We
come
don't
and
want him here.
oh,
No,
Well,
no,
maybe
we don't need
Dr.
him. We don't need him.
McFoxy can help him.
Well, he's right there, and he's very hurt. He's hurt.
Let me
by
tell you.
all
Let me
of
let me tell you here, Sparky. I like you. I like you a lot. You know that, right? You know that. I hope you do. I hope because I do. I really do. But there are certain individuals that if they don't want to be helped, they aren't gonna be helped. You know what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying here? And I
Yeah,
think
like
that Wally is he might be one of those. You know, he always thinks he's right. And so, yeah, he's not going to listen. He's not going to listen. Nah, not at all. No.
I think it's sad because no one values Wally. He's not part of your ethical values, and that hurts him deeply. And I think it's very mean for you to devalue a creature.
I don't think any of us are devaluing him.
Yeah, you
I
are.
might be.
No, we just don't like his beliefs.
I don't like him. He's very obnoxious. He does things I don't like.
I used to think
I
so,
gotta
but
say.
you just don't know him. You don't
Some-
know him.
Sometimes
You know
he's
him.
kind. It doesn't happen very often, but when he is, he's really nice. It's just
See?
like
Ernie,
Well,
Ernie, I gotta say, and Sparky can attest to this too, I'm sure. But I gotta tell you, there are certain things that it only takes once. The first time you go to a fire, and there's a fire going, and you get close, you go, oh, that feels good, it's warm. Maybe I'll get even closer, and you get even closer. Next thing you know, wow, there you go. So you don't do that again. You only do it the one time, right? Right. That's what I'm saying. That's Wally.
So you're saying Wally is fire?
I'm saying that Wally could be burned up, and no, I don't think anybody would notice. It just
I'm
that's
saying
what I'm saying.
Wally,
That's what I'm saying.
Text him.
Wally needs to get out of your enclosure. That's why he can go and fly and be his own squickety squawkety, but he needs to stop talking to you so much.
But he helps me, and he also
No, he doesn't. He makes you the opposite of nice.
he keeps me safe from the female.
No.
Yes.
oh,
The
well,
female is
Well-
evil, and he helps.
I don't think so. I think he just
Ernie,
makes it worse
interesting.
there.
Ernie, it's interesting that you used, you think that we don't value, Dr. Codswallop, and I wonder if maybe you're confusing a little bit with values versus being valued.
Yes.
Doctor, Reginald,
Yes.
could you speak to that a little bit?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely, Doctor. I would be glad to do so. But yes, Ernie, what has been said, I believe, is correct. That there is a difference. And you may recall in last week's session, I did bring up the question as to whether we would be discussing value or values, because there is a difference, you see.
You
And
can't have values for what you don't value.
if I may, to value something is to find the intrinsic worth. And among an individual, that worth is demonstrated by the individual. And to use an analogy that Donnie so aptly put about the fire, if someone says to you, "Oh, look, isn't this pretty? Stick your foot in there and you'll enjoy it." And then you do, and you don't enjoy it by any means.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes that's fun.
If I may continue, that individual then has shown that they do not value you as an individual. because they
right.
are willing for you to get hurt
Right.
simply for their amusement, you see.
This
And
is
so,
right.
I
Well,
think I should come and get Wally and take him away so he quits hurting you.
well, I
Yes.
hated him at first, but now he hasn't hurt me. He's made me
He
a
has
better
taught-
elephant.
I only brought him there so you wouldn't be lonely, but I think that he's making it worse.
But he's let
He's
me
bad
know that
influence.
all my life I've let other creatures, I put them first, and that's just not what you should do, because we have to pull ourselves up by our own trunks, and every creature for
no,
himself.
no,
And
no.
Wally's taught me that important lesson.
No, Ernie. You may recall in past sessions we briefly discussed the higher being, sometimes referred to as God, and it is a teaching among the Christians that you must love others before yourself. And I must say that this is true in many instances. The benefits are far outreaching the negative aspects of it, when you do that. And unfortunately, Wally is one who much prefers to take care of himself first, foremost, and forever, it so seems, much to the dismay of those around him.
No, but he says it's Christian values, and a lot of Christians follow him because they think that he's right. It's like a new way to be a Christian, and Wally is like the head of it.
Wally
No.
doesn't know what that even is. He's just
No.
speaking words that he heard somebody else say.
Because he wants people just to follow him blindly.
Well, you've
and
heard him. You've
He's
heard
not
him.
helping you.
He's sad, and he's hurt, and he's over here, and he's crying right now.
He
Okay.
is not.
That's good.
He is. He's
That's good.
crying. You don't want to
That's
see the
good.
bird cry.
Want to stop a little bit. I just want to stop a little bit, and I just want to observe that we've all been a little bit more judgmental than what we should be about Wally.
I disagree with this.
Well, you can disagree. That's okay. Doesn't mean that you're right. You can still
On
be
the
wrong.
farm, we have an expression. We have an expression here on the farm. You call a pitchfork a pitchfork. And so that's it. I think, Doc, that's what's going on here. It's not so much that we're making things up here by any means. Pretty much everything that's been said has been based in fact, in my opinion. And so we're just calling it like we see it. That's what we're doing. That's all.
But I don't hear.
Wally has some challenges, right? And Wally can be a little bit challenging to get along with. But you know what? It doesn't mean that he's not just as valuable.
Doesn't think so.
All of the rest of us creatures.
Well,
he doesn't live up to his value.
well, I don't know. I
We
think
shouldn't
that
be judging his value.
I
You know
used
what, Ernie, I think that maybe it might be a good idea for Wally to come. Do you want to go and get Wally to come, and then maybe we can talk about, reconciliation and making restoration. Why don't we do that? I think that's a
do
really
you want to come, Wally? He's
No,
very
he
upset.
doesn't. Oh, poor
He's
Wally. He's
very
taking a bird
upset.
bath. Don't disturb him.
it's still a good thing.
No, leave him. He's over there in the bird bath.
If
He's
you
okay.
apologize, he'll come if you apologize.
I'm not apologizing to no bird.
Well, I'm sure that there are things that, in theory, you're sorry for.
Well,
I'm sorry that he's mean.
Yes. I'm
he wants
sorry
a
he's bothering
personal
you.
apology. He wants a personal apology from everyone because you disvalue him as a creature and as a.
He could get one from Dr. McFoxy because she's Canadian. They apologize to everybody, huh?
Yeah, I think it's part of
Okay.
our national anthem.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know what, Ernie? Like I said before, you and me, way back, beginning, early
Yeah,
days,
we're
all that kind
best
of thing.
friends.
I can see. Okay, I can see that this is, kind of important to you. I can see that. That I can see. And to be honest, I would be okay with doing it to help you. So that's the only reason. That's the
Okay.
only reason I would do it. But
Wally, they want to
okay.
apologize. He doesn't trust you, but he's going to come on.
I'm not going to say nothing because I don't want to lie.
So what is all this about apologizing
Wally.
to me? I listen to you and you're judging me and you're saying things about me and I don't even know where it's coming from because it's just cruel. And most of it, you talk about all the bad things, but where are the good things? You see, when you only talk about the bad things, that's fake
Okay,
news.
so Wally, just hold on. I think that, you know, there's a few things that I think we as a group would like to communicate with you if you will let us.
Oh, I'll let you.
Okay, excellent.
Go ahead.
Anyone?
Go ahead.
Wally, you're not being very nice to Ernie. And I think it's because inside you, you're going back to that part of you that was hurting before, and you were doing so good. You were getting up and you were being nice, and now I think you've been fooled by somebody into thinking that what you're doing now is nice, but it's not. It's wrong and it's mean, and it's making it so that Ernie will end up getting hurt.
You don't understand that I have gone through a great journey into kindness, and my kindness has taught me how to help other creatures by letting them know that they are more important than others. That's nice.
No,
Okay, and
it's
so
not. It's like
and
my
so
grandma.
oh yeah, and so
No, I
Wally,
can't.
if others are more important, that means that there would be others that would be more important than you as well, right?
Well, possibly. I mean, they have value. I value all of you for different things. You definitely are valued. Of course, none of you can fly but Sparky, so there's more value there. Also, none of you really like me very much, so that also, but that you did say at one point that we were the same. You did, and you
Oh,
accepted me. And then you just stopped accepting me.
No, we just don't accept your behavior. We accept you.
Do you?
Yeah.
yes. I
That's
think
nicely put. Nicely put. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
I think I can speak on behalf of the rest of the group as the Canadian of the group. You know, we apologize and we're sorry for how our actions and how our words have hurt you. It's not nice to be talked about like that.
No, it's not.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mhm. And so perhaps think with that spirit, you know, how do you feel about, you know, do you think that maybe there's something that you could apologize for as well?
Well, I would apologize if I'd ever done anything wrong.
This is exactly the problem.
Oh no!
You,
No, no,
Why
no, no,
would
no.
everything
you
you
want me
do
to
is wrong.
apologize for being
Because you turn nice Ernie into a mean elephant.
No,
That we put
kindly.
on you.
Kindly Codswallop the bird, helping kindly Ernie the
No,
elephant.
we're not
He
doing
was nicer before you came along.
Oh, much. Yes, much nicer. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh
Female
yeah.
walked all over him before I came here. She was all
No.
over. She controlled the enclosure.
Well, there's one thing to stand up for yourself, but there's another thing to walk all over somebody else to get what you want, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. What the cat said. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wally,
Well,
I
I
think
think
that I should come and get you, and then you could come and help my grandma make better choices.
I believe I would get along with your grandmother just fine because from what you've told us, she sounds like a fine individual.
Yes, why don't you put them together in the same place? Let's
And
see.
then
Right.
she will quit worrying about what I do.
Why is she like you? Is she like you in the sense that she would never eat me? I mean, that needs to be a promise up front.
I doubt she could make that promise.
Well, she doesn't have as many teeth as she used to have, so probably not.
Well, Simone made the promise that she wouldn't eat me, and she has kept that promise, and I appreciate that, Simone. And I apologize to you for ever being tasty.
Oh,
What?
no.
Okay.
How is this an
Whoa.
apology?
Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa, whoa, whoa,
apologizing.
whoa,
I said that I can understand how a cat would find me tasty, and I apologize for that.
It's not that I find you tasty, it's that I find you so annoying that I have to do something to protect Ernie from you.
So you find annoying tasty then?
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. Doc. Hey, Doc. With Bruce gone, I don't know if you remember, but last time he was out, he kind of put me in charge of the clock, and thankfully, we're getting there. So yeah. I think let's
Yes.
The alarm is going off over here.
Well, they don't
Ah.
care.
Maybe
They
the
don't
next
So
time we
let's
should
think
talk about
about
how
using-
apologizing is not, oh, I apologize, I'm so tasty. This is not a
Good
good
seems like to
apology.
Well,
me.
you know what? And so perhaps next time we can talk about apologizing. When is it necessary, and do you need it to have healthy connection with other creatures?
I believe that we need to stop judging birds. That's first and foremost. Stop judging birds, and then we can all apologize.
Well, you know what? Well, if you want to participate, you can. If you don't want to participate, then you don't have to. We will accept you either way.
I might let Ernie speak for me. He is my
Okay.
best friend right now.
Good grief.
Okay, well, the timer is going off. I have to push the stop
Well,
Okay,
thank you
see
so
you,
much.
crazy
because I have to let a
friend.
different group in now.
Okay,
Fine.
we will see you next week.
No
Okay,
resolution.
bye. Not you, Wally. Don't come back. We don't need you as back.